Well, welcome to another edition of the Senior Footy Show, the Hamden Footy Senior Show. Of course it is, and we are back. Round 5 action this weekend. Had a couple of weeks, been away, been kind of doing some stuff. We had May races last week, Hilly. But we're back on, and we're back on in a big way this week. It's all thanks to McDonald's Power Course, Sun Gold, you name it. They are all involved. Warrnambool Toyota,
Southwest TAFE.
Southwest TAFE. Wonderful supporters. Frolic Bar, of course, the Flying Horse Bar and Brewery, Rafferty's Tavern, Miskit Beauty, Fresher Fruit Juice. The list goes on. There's plenty of great sponsors that we absolutely love in the Hamden Football. I don't believe Warrnambool Toyota is another one. Lucas Brothers Butchers. Brandt, of course, for all your farm machinery needs. Make sure you get and see Marty Hall and the team. John O'Ross, they do a magnificent job. Hilly, we've survived the May race week, mate. We are back.
Yeah, we are, mate. Probably, I was on the lesser extent where you, mate. You had a big week last week, so I know you were pretty tired come Saturday morning, mate, which you had a big week and did a great job on racing.com. But great week. It feels like round 4 has been going for a month, which it almost has, because we've had 3 weekends of round 4 games. So it's nice to sort of get that continuity back where we've got 5 games back on the one weekend.
Yeah, and we've had, of course, split rounds as we just mentioned, and it's been different. We've got some Super Saturday games that are playing out as well, so different time slots. And people are saying, how come we haven't come down and done a game? Well, we can't get to the twilight games. Our slot is definitely 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. That is our rights, our radio rights with Croc Media and AFL Nation. So we just can't get to those twilight games. Unfortunately, they're not in our time slot, so we can't do anything about it unless those games do sit in that 2 o'clock time slot. So, hey, listen, big weekend this weekend, of course. It's the Gillen Boys Foundation round. Big clash between Warrnambool and Koroit up at the Reed Oval. Last year, the Saints give the Blues an absolute towel up on the Friday night under lights, playing for the Cassine Cup. We're going to talk to Christopher Gillen shortly, but before we do that, Hilly, we're going to go to the phones. Tommy Bolsh, the young gun from the Koroit Saints. He's an absolute beauty, this kid. He's actually up at Wodonga, mate. He's up at the bull sales, the big fella at the moment. So he's had an unusual little week of preparation for this contest. Tommy, how are you, buddy?
Good, boys. How are you?
Mate, first and foremost, how's the old Clinton Hereford Bulls faring up there at the sales, mate? Making a fortune up there, I hope.
Yeah, got a bull sale up there at Wodonga this week, and had the show today and went not too bad. Had a winner in the third, so not too bad. And, trained up with Jack O'Sullivan this week up at Wodonga Bulldogs, so good touch base with him.
I have to laugh now, Hilly. The Clinton, of course, we love Bolshy, a great mate, just an absolute champion of a bloke, and we miss him dearly, mate. But I used to always crack up, Tommy. I'd go out to the farm and you'd pull up in the driveway and there'd be Paul Herefords just kind of walking around the front yard. He'd be out the front shampooing and giving him a bit of a tidy up. He loved his Herefords, didn't he, big fella?
Oh, I'm struggling here or there. I think you're breaking out a bit.
He loved his Paul Herefords, the big fella, though, didn't he, mate? Big Clinton. He was just so passionate about him, wasn't he?
Oh, I can't hear you, sorry.
I apologise, mate. I'll go to you, Hilly. I think my mic's having a bit of trouble tonight.
Hey, Bolshy, let's look at some footy, mate. The Saints, a couple of wins to sort of finish off before the break. How have you sort of seen the start of the year with, I guess, a relatively young list, mate?
Yep. Yeah, we've got some... the first couple of games were hard, but we come against some good sides, obviously in South, and then Cobden's obviously there and about this year. So we've got a lot younger side this year, but I think we can really do some damage if we play the right footy. And I think the last couple of weeks we really picked that up. So a few older lads coming back in will really help us out. But the younger lads around my age that are playing a lot of senior footy, it's good to have them in. I think we'll be all right. So.
And what I love about your lineup too, mate, I was sort of looking at your team the other day, and I reckon there's you don't know who's going to bob each week and do the job. I guess last year and the years gone by, you kick the ball forward, Dobbo, you know he's going to kick goals, or Coro, but now that clubs are a little bit uncertain, where to get the right matchup, and I like that about your side where you can have a little bit of uncertainty on who's the one that's going to bob up and do the job each week.
Yeah, like last year we had a lot of blokes that you look at the same names every week that you can kick the footy to, and now we just go about it a different way, and I think we can still be very dangerous with those blokes. But it's just a different look now. But I think we're going all right. So.
Mate, I'm really excited about this weekend because the whisper is that we're going to see Finney O'Sullivan running around with the Koroit Saints, one of the hottest prospects in under-18 football at the moment. That's going to be wonderful for Koroit and also for us from a Handman League point of view as well.
Yeah, good to have Finno in there. Obviously, I'm really close with the O'Sullivan family, and Finno's obviously a good lad like the rest of them, so it'll be good to be playing with him. I've never played with Finno, so it'll be good to have him around, and might be a bit of media about considering he's playing.
Hey, Bolshy, with the losses you've had in the off-season, has your role changed much this year? Obviously, we've known you as being that sort of one of the defenders in that back six. Has your role changed at all, or has it been pretty similar in the first month of footy?
It's changed a little bit. Probably just got to play as probably a more key position player. Probably got to play on some bigger names probably. Last year, probably handed those bigger blokes off to some other key defenders that we had last year. But like Jack O'Sullivan, probably got those blokes, but now they're probably coming to me. So, it's probably a similar role. I get told just do the same things, but just probably playing on different players, probably a bit better players. But, pretty much getting told to do the same thing. So, in that sense, it's pretty well the same.
Hey, mate, we've got the under-23 comp coming up on July 1 at Mars Stadium, taking on Ballarat. What's the feeling like amongst the boys, like obviously those kids that are, at that age group, mate? It's going to be a great opportunity for some of you kids, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to have it back. It's not a bad idea having it for more of a junior thing, sort of under 23. I think it'll be an exciting thing to do. So, see how we go against some other leagues, I guess, and see how we match up. I think we've got some good young players that are obviously in our league, so why not play against our others, It's
going to be fantastic, mate. Of course, sponsored by Clinton Bolsh, Warrnambool, Kia. I think Kia or Nissan. I think it's Kia on the jumpers. So it's it's going to be fantastic, mate. And your old boy was a massive supporter and a massive push for this under-23 competition. He's the driving force behind it. He was an absolute passionate individual. And Bolsh, I'm going to let you go, mate. You go and shampoo and clean up and blow wave and blow dry those pole Herefords, and hopefully you might bring home some more medals.
Yeah, I just missed that last bit there, sorry.
You don't like the shampoo questions, does he? Hey, listen, mate, you go and have a good... We'll see you on the weekend, buddy. I reckon he's hearing it, but I reckon he just doesn't want to answer it. Hey, listen, it's for the Gillen Boys Foundation, of course, this weekend, Warrnambool Koroit. We're really rapt that we're covering the contest, and Christopher Gillen's been an absolute superstar of a human being, of course. His brother Aaron, who's no longer with us. These boys are an inspiration. They've done wonderful things. This weekend it's the Cass Sign Cup. Chris has been kind enough to join us. Chris, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Mate, great to see you. I don't know about those two Cats jumpers in the background, mate, but Hilly's getting pretty excited. So one of the tables not lifting up here. He's that pumped in the studio. But, mate, you must be rapt to see where everything's gone with the foundation and what you've been able to achieve, buddy.
Yeah, it's been really good, what we've been able to achieve so far. And, yeah, we good to keep this game going every year and keeps getting bigger.
Hey, mate, and great that David Cassidy and Brady Cassidy from Casson are big supporters of it. And I reckon we're going to see a pretty hot contest, mate, on the weekend. Warrnambool are going pretty nicely. The Saints have won the last couple. I reckon we're going to see a pretty fierce battle on the weekend, Gillo.
Yeah, hopefully it's a bit more of a closer contest than most other years it's been. Hopefully Warrnambool can put in a good fight.
Hey, Chris, what can we expect on the weekend, mate? We're obviously going to be rattling some tins to raise some funds, and all these funds go towards a wonderful cause that's into finding out as much information as we possibly can about muscular dystrophy, because it is a terrible disease, isn't it?
Yeah, at this stage there's still no cure, so yeah, we're just making as much money as we can to find a cure. So yeah, on the weekend, we'll have some tins getting rattled. All our merch will be on sale. and I'll be up there to watch the game as well this year.
Hey Gillo, if you don't follow your Facebook page, you must do so, because you guys are
brilliant.
just on there all the time and really, putting some great stuff up there. But I can't be amazed by how many well-known sports people jump behind your cause. You get on there and every time there's an ambassador or there's someone from the
great.
AFLW or the AFL that are wearing your laces just to show support of muscular dystrophy. Mate, you do an amazing job, and you must be wrapped with the high level support you're getting too.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of support we get, not just from the local sport, but like Nathan Sobey and Mia Clifford in the VFLW, like just Tim Ludeman when he's playing for the Renegades. It's just pretty cool that all these ones want to jump on board and just support our cause, which is good.
Yeah, Mark Leishman's another one on the world stage too. You don't get much bigger and better than that. Mate, I commend you, your bravery, your honesty. You're just a courageous young man because, mate, you've got a death sentence, mate, haven't you? And you got on with your life. You've just lived it. You've made the most of it. It's just a credit to yourself and your family, mate. It's unbelievable to sit back and watch your journey.
Yeah, we've been lucky that have two great parents that brought us up the way to just find the positives in life, and just it might be short, but we can fit a lot into that short time. And then me and Aaron thought we want to make a difference, so that's why we started Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Warrnambool back in 2016, and it's grown to the Gillen Boys Foundation now, and just keeps going from strength to strength. But we just wanted to make a difference for other people so they didn't have to suffer the same way we did.
Mate, I wish a lot of people sort of looked the way you guys, hit life and you hit it with such pizzazz and so forth. Can I ask, Chris, off the top of your head, how much has your foundation since 2016 raised for, research and that and the like?
Well, when we were just Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Warrnambool, we raised that was just a family run then. It was 150,000 then.
Brilliant.
And since then, it's been about another 280 all up. So, pretty good.
Jeez,
That's unreal, mate.
430,000.
That's amazing, mate. Nah, you're an inspiration, mate. I mean that. You're an absolute superhuman being, that is for sure. And we just implore people to get along on Saturday to the football or get involved with the Gillen Boys Foundation. It's certainly a wonderful cause, mate. And as I said, your mum and dad, Mandy and Ash, wonderful people who've been there the whole journey. Of course, your late brother Aaron, mate, as well, who's been a massive part of this journey. And looking forward to the weekend, buddy. Yeah,
it should be good. Hopefully, it's nice weather and a good game.
Hey, and hopefully the Cats get rolled by the Tigers on Friday night, mate. And I'll be up and about, big fella.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I was going to ask you, mate, can you bring up another... Are you selling the laces? I need another pair of green laces for the runners, mate. So hopefully you're selling them up there so I can chuck another pair on the sand shoes.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
Beautiful.
Love it, mate. Great to talk to you, Chris. Have a great weekend, buddy.
See you Saturday.
Great stuff. What a good man. And I mean that he's an absolute inspirational individual. The whole family is. So, they do a great job. Hilly wasn't there on the weekend, mate. History was made. Jason Rowan kicked 1,000 goals in the Hamden Football Netball League. The Port Fairy Seagulls had their first win in a couple of seasons. Fantastic for Hamden League followers.
Yeah, it was. It was a great day. A great game of footy. To be truthful, it's probably the best game we've called on Hampton League Live all year. Just the closest to the contest.
Yeah.
Two similar sides, young sides, but have got some good experience in there as well. But the 7-minute mark of the second term will be a time I won't forget when Rowies just marked one on the lead, 25 metres out, slide angle, and was just able to put it through. And even though he's been at the Seagulls for a short time, it was great to see all the people converge on the Melville Oval and just celebrate what's been a terrific effort. I think he's an 8-time leading goal kicker of the Hampton League. I think he's kicked 100 goals maybe 4 or 5 times. He's a modern day legend in my mind, just with what he's been able to achieve, and an amazing effort.
I don't know whether we'll see another 1,000.
I don't think so.
Goal kicker in the Hampton League, to be honest, just the way things have changed and stuff. So, magnificent performance. Let's roll through the highlights of last weekend's round 4 split round, and it was the Seagulls prevailing. Come from behind victory, Hilly.
Yeah, to be honest with this, the Port Fairy and Dusty McCorkle said pre-game, it's just a thing they haven't been able to really sort out yet of their starts. It was a slow start. This boy here, Radush Mohan, He's an excitement machine, kicked 4 goals on the weekend. Licardi, he's a good youngster. They sort of probably kicked a little bit straighter in the first term, but the Kangaroos looked a bit more potent up forward, had a lot of shots but just missed. I think they kicked 3 goals 6 for the first term, so probably shot himself in the foot early on. Burgess, creative up forward, good forward pressure, was terrific, but they probably just hurt themselves early, the Kangaroos, not kicking straight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, kind of been a season of rude chances, hasn't it? They went down last game on Anzac Day to the Portland Tigers. Same thing, kicked really badly that day and cost them a game as well.
Yeah, well, they won all the stats on that night, but just couldn't convert on the scoreboard. Rowan, here it is, the mark out on the chest in the lead. I thought McNeil did a really good job on him early on. And I've got a bit of a sort of funny but not funny story about Mick McNeil, unfortunately, too. There's the 1,000 goal there for Jason Rowan. So
good to see the kids running on the ground, too. I thought this was brilliant, Hilly.
Yeah, it was great. All the teammates got around him, and it was allowed. It was a good day of crowds there at Melville Oval. And the Port Fairy young boys, they were up and about. They wanted to get their hand on Jason Rowan. But an unbelievable time and a great passage of play. This young kid here, Lockie Urquhart, wow, kicked 3 goals in that second term to finish with 4 and looked really, really dangerous up forward.
Yeah, good. Got some good young kids coming through, haven't they, the Kangas?
Yeah, they have. Urquhart was good. Burgess was good. Deacon White, a kid that's exciting. And this young fella here, Hamish Cook, he's got some really strong hands for a young emerging key position player. Darcy Russell, he was well held, I guess, goal-wise, but still was a target. Nice mark and a nice finish here from 50. Certainly a contender for our snag of the day.
What about, that's Lucas Brothers' snag of the day, of course. Pete Harris and the team down there. Oscar Pollock was really good for the Seagulls.
Hey, that was a snag of the day. Nice segue there. A sort of a check side kick 45 metres out, and that sort of gave him a little bit of momentum in the last term. And then the last term was just controlled by Port Fairy. They put Matt Sully on the ball. He played forward when they were with the wind. He played in defence when they were against the wind. Or when I should say they were against the wind. And then obviously they started him on the ball. Mirkovic kicked 2 early ones. That's the sealer from Rowan. But Mirkovic, he's a step above everyone at the moment. Geez, he's a good midfielder and just runs out games.
He's polling very well in our pit stop menswear MVP, and I reckon he's going to be polling very well in the Maskell medal. If you had a Palmer bet market, I reckon he'd be pretty short. He'd be pretty short in the betting at the moment as well. Hey, Hilly, round 5 action this weekend. Of course, our game of the day. We just touched on Warrnambool v Koroit up at the Reed Oval, Gillen Boys Foundation Cup, Cass Sign Cup we're playing for as well, which is going to be sensational. South Warrnambool taking on Hamilton. Now this game's up at Melville Oval now, so South change room's not quite ready.
So they've just flipped the round 14 clash.
So South are going to finish with a hell of it. They're the team to beat, right?
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it. They're going to finish with about 8 out of the last 10 or 11 games at home.
Yeah.
Which is going to be they're very hard to beat up there.
And a list that's going to get better as the year gets on. They've got a few injuries at the moment. We had Jeremy Mugovan on, and he's he did a bit of damage to his leg in that game against Warrnambool. Yeah. He's out for probably another 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, right.
But I guess the thing about South Warrnambool is they've got depth.
Yeah.
They've just got so much good depth.
Quality, mate. Yeah, kids to come back to. So Port Fairy v Terang Mortlake. The Seagulls looking to go 2 on the bounce at home. Who knows?
Bloods are going nicely though. They haven't dropped a game. 4-0, unbeaten on top of the ladder along with South Warrnambool. So
big game.
It's a big game. And you know what, Port Fairy, the way they play, they can match it with anyone. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And I know Dusty again, he'll be sort of pulling his hair out just to try and get those first halves sorted out, because that's where their Achilles heel's been a little bit. Yeah. They've been good enough to chase, but it hasn't been successful on a couple of occasions.
Portland taking on the North Warrnambool Eagles in the other contest. But the other one with a heap of interest, it's a twilight game now, so it doesn't start till a little bit later on. Cobden taking on Camperdown. This is going to be a beauty. Of course, the Bombers coming off that loss to the North Warrnambool Eagles. Camperdown had a wonderful victory against the Warrnambool Blues. So, Hilly, all of a sudden, there's a fair bit in this contest.
Yeah, the old arch rivals going head-to-head. And Camperdown, I'm loving what they're doing. You know, I've sort of said to a couple of blokes during the week, Nev Swain's done a great job considering they had a tough year last year. They had 7 or 8 first liners, their first 8 pick, probably besides Cam Spence and Gordo, leave the club due to going north or travelling or whatever it may be. So these kids have got games into them. Yeah. Now you get Rowbottom back, you get Riley Arnold back and a few others, Sid Bradshaw and the like. These kids are another 15 games better off.
Yeah.
They're going to be better at the level. So I expect a real good contest. And I reckon this will go down to the wire. Two goals or less.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute beauty. It's going to be a great round 5 action. All games on the one weekend too. We haven't had that for a long time. And we're only at round 5. It seems like we're about round 7.
We've had 6 weeks of footy.
We have, effectively, haven't we? And don't forget to the big under-23 comp coming up in July 1. So there's going to be another round of football and netball. Hey, listen, Hilly, looking forward to this weekend up at the Reed Oval. It is Warrnambool v Koroit. That is our match of the day. Get around our sponsors, wonderful sponsors they are too. Southwest TAFE, McDonald's, Power Core, SunGold FM Flavoured Milk. They're our majors. They do a wonderful job. Frolic Bar, Deakin University are on board as well, which is just sensational.
Carter Group.
I cannot forget Big Toot Toot Traffic for all your traffic needs. Or your trees getting lopped, whatever you need, get in and get the team.
I've seen them out and about a lot over the last couple of weeks with traffic management and so forth. They've been busy, the old Carter Group.
Brilliant. Absolutely do a great job. Peter Harris down at Lucas Brothers Butchers too. Wonderful stuff. And as I touched on before, for all your farm machinery needs, get in and see Marty Hall, John Ross and the team at Brant. They've got the John Deeres, of course. They are the best in the business at it, and they service this whole region. So make sure you get involved and mention Hampton League Live, and you'll certainly get looked after, that is for sure. Hey, listen, Hilly, look forward to seeing you at the footy this weekend. It's going to be a beauty, mate. And we look forward to seeing you at the football and the netball this weekend.